Bing! So I got my tools ready. Time to go to step number one. Everything that's bolted on is only finger tight, so I shouldn't have much of a problem at all getting it undone. And then I gotta start chopping stuff off with the grinder. And nothing too complicated, just gotta get in there and grind. But before I start grinding away at this and taking off big chunks of metal, we gotta unbolt what we can. Most of it's only finger tight, so it should come off nice and easy. Your tip for today, after you take something off, it's not a bad idea to put your fasteners back on where they came from, even though everything's all apart. So put your nuts back on your bolts back in your holes, and screw them in by hand a little bit. That way you know where they go, you know what they look like. You won't lose them. That's done, but I can't turn off the camera. I got grease all over my hands. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's going right through me. Okay, so the steering's off. The steering rack is off. The top A-arms are off. Everything that I need to get out of the way is out of the way. Tank is empty. I'm gonna leave the bottom A-arms on the car because they're not in the way and they're not in the way. So I guess now it's time to get the chopping. Motor mounts are off. Get a little tough to get in there because the more you grind, the smaller the disc gets. The smaller the disc gets, the less travel it's got, so you can't get into all the places you want to get into. So now I got those motor mounts off. I gotta take those top shock mounts off, so I'm gonna use a thinner disc, and it's fresh almost. I'm gonna have a lot more travel on the blade. They should be not in such an awkward spot, so this should be a little easier to get. So in the mind of safety first, you can change your discs without using the tool for it. You can do it by hand, but I suggest that you unplug it. That way it's not gonna take off on you when you're holding your hand on the damn thing and turning. You don't wanna be like missing a few digits, you know, permanently throwing up the devil horn. Hey, you know, with new disc on, usually they tighten up when you give it the first little spin. Bing! Okay, so I was wrong to make the assumption that those shock mounts would be easier to get to and less of an awkward position because they're twice as bad as those motor mounts. I didn't realize that the grinder wasn't gonna fit past the tube that mounts this top A-arm, and I can't just cut those off, I need those. I'm gonna take a new disc, which is a bit bigger, and that should be able to get in there. But if not, you can always get really barbaric, find the damn thing. And if that doesn't work, pull out the Sawzall. Call it that for a reason. Patience ran out, so did this blade. Careful, they're hot. Let's change up the blade, try to get that last one off. This one came off easy. Let's get hammered. You take the small disc off, you put the big one on, plug it in, make the metal all gone. So we're on to the next step. There's a bit of metal that I want to take off of this front end because it's looking pretty chunky and nasty. Check it out. So all the leftover bits, those pieces sticking out, the sharp edges, all that's gotta come off because I want this thing looking clean when I put everything on the front back together. So instead of getting in with this right away, because this is more of like a finishing kind of deal, I'm gonna go at it with this big, thick grinding disc. And I'm pretty sure this is the grinding disc that came with the grinder when I bought it. So like it's big, it's ugly, it's tough as hell, and it'll last for almost ever. So let's get rid of some of that crap and then we'll get to the finishing. Smell of burnt metal in the morning. That's about it for this grinding wheel, and I called it wrong again. Made another assumption that it would last a long time, but it didn't. It's just about done. Look how much smaller it is now. So this is, what is this? 40? Yeah, that's it. This one's 40, this one's 80. Picked it up the other day, so it doesn't fit. Doesn't clear the guard. Damn. That'll probably come off. It's gotta come off. I'm a usually kind of safety conscience or whatever, because I hate going to the hospital, especially if it's for a stupid reason. So I've never taken the guard off of this one yet, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, even if it's a little bitty roll of the dice. And why the f is it not coming off? Okay, now it should come off. It came off. So now with all this open space, it's gonna work. So no guard, no nothing. I had to take this spacer off first, or did I? Yeah, it's this one. You gotta get the drop pin on. There's like a little keyway in there. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but yeah, there you go. Right there. That's like, you can put a wrench on that almost, you know? So you line that up with the bottom side of this. Make sure it's good and solid like that. Put our disc on top and then lock it down. Tighten her up, plug it back in. More power. Give it a go. It actually turned out pretty nice, that little piece. I have a long way to go, but it's definitely a good start. Man, I got it all over my face again. Look at that, the dirt gave me a handlebar mustache. Anyway, happy I'm getting some progress done. That piece I just grinded on the chassis actually turned out just as smooth as I hoped it would. So I'm very content about that. So I gotta take these and gonna have to smoothen this stuff out a little bit because they gotta go back on the car in the right position. And when you got chunks like this, you're not gonna be able to weld to it very well at all. Especially this one right here. See how, I don't know if you can see that, but you guys see all these little pieces here that are like kind of sticking out a little bit? Because it's been cut and grinded so much, that metal is very, very thin, and it's basically a little leftover from the weld and stuff. So if you try to weld over that, it's so thin and it's got paint on it, it's just gonna make a total mess. It's gonna start farting and popping and do a bunch of shit. I'm gonna have to clean that up. Now to clean those nice, I'm gonna have to put it in the vise, which is on this bench. See? The bench that has the transmission on it. And I'm gonna have to pick that up and move it. That energy drink is not doing very much, man. So let's get that out of the way. Still like this mustache thing though. Okay. So now I'll just put the bench somewhere that's easier to work and closer to the plug and so on and so forth. Yeah. And there you have it, folks. That's how you grind and stuff. So that went okay. Given that I've been cutting and grinding all day, I think it's time to clean up. I don't know what time it is, but yeah, it's getting there. We'll just tidy this stuff up so whatever I do next, I'm not tripping over a bunch of stuff. Yeah. I guess it wasn't that fun for you guys just watching me grind all day. So all you saw was just sparks and sparks and sparks getting thrown in your face at the camera. Now I'm gonna have to buy a new case for that GoPro. Look at that. It's messed up, man. And that's like, that's it. Yeah. And all in all, it would have been nice to get a little further, but like I said, I'm still waiting for parts, so that could be who knows how long. And next time I work on this, we'll start maybe lining everything up, get kind of technical. Pull out the welder. So today we got to grind and cut a bit of metal. I took off those front shock mounts that are not aligned properly. The A-arm's a little off, so it was screwing up my alignment. And also the motor mounts weren't gonna work anymore because I just bought some new energy motor mounts from Energy Suspension, urethane motor mounts. And I'm gonna put those on, so the system, the way I had it set up before, just wasn't gonna cut it. So I ditched those mounts that I had originally made, and we're gonna have to make some new ones. So next time we work on this thing, it's gonna be line up the shock mounts and the top A-arm holder thingy and get those to work properly. And then we're gonna have to figure out where we're gonna put motor mounts. So I'm gonna have to get some parts. I've got motor mounts that I'm using partially off of another car, and on the engine itself, I'm gonna have to build those from scratch because what I have is not gonna work at all. So that's what we'll do next time. We'll look into doing all that. Hopefully some more parts will come in. We can do some more fun stuff. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit the little bell icon thing so you can be notified when I upload, which is happening quite frequently these days, which is good. I like it, I enjoy it. I don't have a lot of subscribers, I don't have a lot of likes or a lot of views, but that doesn't matter because I'm having fun. Jesse just got home, it's Sunday afternoon, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go and spend the afternoon with her and chill and hang out with the puppies and stuff. So until next time, guys, give it a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. Stay happy.
No.